Today, I'm going to teach you about something that is not talked about enough. Aesthetics and fashion. Aesthetics and fashion has been taken over by silly billies, as Sam Hyde would call them. Silly billies, right? I want to show you how a real man dresses, right? I'm going to show you some tactical aesthetics, some tactical aesthetic principles, okay? Lean into whatever your style is, and your style is actually set by practical realities, practical considerations. I don't want to say people are a product of their environment, but people are shaped by their environment in certain ways. So if you're poor and you need to lean into like a poor tactical aesthetic, you need to go on eBay and you need to buy like stained khaki tactical pants, stuff like that, because that looks cool, honestly. It really does, right? Woodland camo, stuff like that. If you're coming at it from like that look, that's your own unique style. Now, one thing I will say is what makes the tactical look unique. I personally like this lime green color. On the products that I sell, I got a lot of this lime green. Now, this actually came as white embroidery, and I used a Sharpie marker to make it the right shade of green, okay? So I want to point this out. So morale patches, embroidery that has white thread, it's like a blank canvas to make it any color you want. Now I want you to look at this shirt. I sell shirts. This is my Tactical Florida Man shirt. Look how color coordinated I am right now, okay? And I have like a lime green shamag. It's a little bit of a lighter shade than would be acceptable as a tactical olive drab green, but it's part of my signature and it's part of my style. And a lot of the plants out here are that shade of green anyway, especially during the spring. But anyways, it's something unique. It is kind of a personnel identification thing as well. If all my guys have highlights that are this shade of green, it's a way to prevent like friendly fire. We'll go into that in a different video. Like whatever color you choose, I'm not saying you got to do lime green, but you need color coordination with your quirky autistic color. Whatever quirky autistic color you have, it needs to kind of appear in different spots. So I'm drinking out of a mug. This is the overall swagger, okay? I got the swagger of drinking out of a mug that like fits the overall aesthetic. The Tactical Florida Man holding the alligator is the lime green, and it just kind of shows up and it just kind of pops, right? And then you notice for my gloves, I got on Cryptek Mandrake, which is kind of a brighter shade of green than like what's on the different stuff that I'm wearing. So again, you just have this kind of color coordination. Even though it's tactical, you got these dull colors combined with these popping out lime green colors, and you just get an overall swagger that's very tactical and very manly and very militant, but with your own personal flair, right? And it definitely gets attention when you want it. And it doesn't get attention when you don't want it. Let me put it that way. So when I'm very far away, you just see me as a blob. I kind of blend into the background. But when I'm up close, I get the kind of attention that I want. I'm doing the tribal signaling to other people that are like me, stuff like that. I'm signaling to like criminals that I'm going to fight back. It's the opposite of gray man theory. It's hard target theory, but it's with a little bit of flair. It's, girls are gonna wanna talk to you. They're like, oh man, I like your shirt. Stuff like that. It's really how men should dress, okay? And you can work in these clothing. You can play in these clothing. You can go to the mall dressed like this. It's fashionable. It is. And this is what I'm trying to push. Like, this is what masculine, straight young men should, and I'm not, for YouTube, I'm not saying anything bad about people that are not straight, but most of my audience is straight, okay? I don't want to get in trouble with YouTube, but like, this is kind of the straight guy style, if that makes any sense. And like, can I say this on YouTube? If you're straight, you really want somebody that's not straight designing your fashion? I personally don't. If that's just me. Is that a hateful thing to say? I don't think so. Like, I don't think it's hateful to say at all. I think you want people that are like you to design your fashion, right? I sell other hats other than the Fire Rises logo. This is just one of them. But I'm going to start putting out embroidery with white thread, and I'm going to do it with white thread so you can choose whatever color you want, okay? So I'll have black beanies with white thread. You could take a red Sharpie or a pink Sharpie if you're a girl or whatever. Like, it's going to be customizable stuff that I sell, and you can buy individual Sharpie from Dollar General or whatever for like $1. So You don't have to be rich to, you know, do this, but I'm trying to create my own personal brand with the black and the lime green, or the OD green combined with the lime green, stuff like that. I really want to create my own brand off these colors. I like these colors. If you think I stole these colors from a certain energy drink company, you'd actually be correct. But you can't copyright look and feel like that, you know. I like those colors anyway. I don't think the energy drink company would care. Like I said at the beginning of the video, you need to lean into whatever your style is. If there's a limitation, you need to lean into it. So when creating artwork in general, if there's an imperfection or a limitation, you need to lean into it and make it look like that was done on purpose. Okay, that's a huge principle in artwork and art forms in general. Whatever your limitations are, lean into them. So if you're recording, like I made this music video. You guys remember, you saw the music video. Instead of trying to make a professional music video, I know that my sound recording equipment wasn't that good. So I brought a megaphone on the camera and I made it sound like the whole rap song was done through a megaphone. And it worked. It actually kind of looked kind of cool, even though, you know, and the reason I did that was my recording equipment didn't make my voice sound all that good. And I didn't feel like buying a new microphone for a one-off rap song. I'm not a rapper. I don't make rap songs. But I was making a rap song. And I either had to find somebody with good recording equipment or just make it sound like a megaphone and lean into the fact that the video quality wasn't that great, right? So again, when you have an imperfection, when you have limitations, rather than trying to force something to work, lean into it. So if you're poor, if you're broke, there's some stuff you could buy on eBay. There's some tactical clothing and stuff you could buy on eBay that's stained and looks like it's well worn and stuff. That's a look you can lean into. 100%. Don't mix a brand new jacket with old ratty tactical clothing, because it doesn't look good. The intentionality goes away. It doesn't look so rugged. It's the big corporations don't like that style because they want to sell you stuff and they want you to constantly look new and crisp. But this is the tactical aesthetics. This is tactical style, tactical swag, tactical class. Maybe they say swag is for boys, class is for men. Well, let's say swag is for boys, tactical class is for men, right? Like, you know, and that's another thing. A lot of people are going to tell you, oh, you need to wear a suit and tie everywhere you go. No, man. You're a guy. You're out here in the woods chopping wood and doing stuff. Like, this is great attire for going out and chopping some wood, doing some outdoor activity, stuff like that. But then it still looks good. If you guys want to dress and look like a man, this is how you do it. Guys, see you on the next one. Jordan Jarrett signing off.